You're watching Detroit's Confident Naturals TV.
My name is Loriel, and I'm a worshiper. So my sister Michelle, she has a powerhouse voice. I would say more like the gospel sound, and she can belt out notes, and I have more of a mellow sound, and so I would accompany her whenever we would sing. My mom's favorite song for us to sing was "His Eye is on the Sparrow," and my sister would take the lead, and I enjoyed being I enjoy helping her sing. I didn't want to be in the forefront. I didn't want the light. I didn't want the attention. And as I mentioned, music became something that was personal for me, just a way to express how I was feeling. Middle school ages can be confusing. You're going through a lot. And so it was a way for me to let all of that out in a constructive way. And so then one of my friends, Jill Grandison, heard me sing. I don't even know how it came about. I do know that we did a high school project where we decided to write a song together, and she just encouraged me all throughout high school that this is a gift that God has given, and I should use it and not keep it to myself. And it wasn't until college that I began to take opportunities to sing and to let go of that fear. So I joined the gospel choir at Calvin College and ended up having a solo. I did a benefit for raising money for a few students, and did a song with a duet actually, and even down to karaoke. Any opportunity for me to be able to get over the fear of singing in front of people, because it's not about the people, it's about giving God glory. But sometimes the fear can keep us and stop us, and I didn't want it to be something that stopped me. And so now as I'm growing in this confidence, I am introduced to Christopher Archer, and that just catapults me and takes me to another level, because now I have found a partner who we're on the same page, we have similar interests, and we just grow in the Word, and we grow in our gifts and talents. And we began writing and researching and studying the Bible and hearing from God and seeing what does He want His people to know. What is the message that I should be giving these young believers, these people who haven't believed yet, the strong in their faith? What is the message? And we believe it is a message of love. So we simply sing to share God's love, and I'm excited for what God has in store, and I pray that nothing stops me and no fear stops me, and that I can boldly express and share His love to others and to everyone. So I went to Calvin College, and it is a Christian college, and so we had the opportunity to submit music, and that the music will be voted on, and then if you were chosen, you would be a part of a Calvin CD. So I'm assuming they have hundreds of submissions, and then only a select few would be able to be on a CD with like 15 songs. So I was interested in being on this CD. Now I can sing, I can write, and I had a friend who he rapped, and he had a place where we could go and record, and it ended up being one of his friend's closet, and we fit in that small closet and re-recorded this song. But before we even were able to record the song, we needed a beat, we needed a track. We went to an advisor on campus and we said, hey, we hear you're into music, do you know of anyone who can let us use some of their music? So he started playing some of the tracks that he had on his computer, and we're going through them and we're giving back feedback, and then we get to one that we both like, and we're like, can we use that one? And so he says, well, this one isn't my track, it's my brother's. So I had to ask him, and then I'll see if he'll let you use it. So he calls his brother, I think right there on the spot, And his brother said, sure, they can use it. They can't have it, but they can use it at least. And then I want to hear what they do with the song. So we record the next day or night because we have to get the deadline or meet the deadline. The song was called Foolish Girl, and it was about just women being wise and not falling into the same old traps and things with relationships. But anyways, we gave the brother back the song, and he did not like the song, and that's fine. But there's one thing he did like, and that was my voice on the song. And so he said to his friend, I need to connect with that girl. Can you give her my information? Is there some kind of way that we can get together and record, because I like her voice? So because I'm from the Detroit area and he was in Detroit, I went from Grand Rapids to Detroit the next vacation I had, or next break of school. And the first time I met him in person, I said to myself, oh, he's kind of cute, but this is about music, so I'm gonna stay focused. So we drove to Ann Arbor to our a soon-to-be friend, but at the time I didn't know the person. So we drove to a friend's house who had equipment and a studio. And the whole ride to this person's house, we're talking, and we had never met, but we're talking as if we had known each other forever. When we get to the studio, I'm nervous, but I do my best. And something about him is calming to me. It's something peaceful about this guy. And I miss my curfew. My mom is upset at me, and she was like, you're never going out with that guy again. But something about him, I knew guy was working. So shortly after that period of time, we decided to meet again just for music purposes. And we were going to go to the same person's house, but this time the person wasn't available, so we ended up just hanging out and playing around and making some music. And from that day on, we were inseparable. We knew that we had never worked with someone who was so focused, so determined, so on the same page, and we just wanted to do music together. And from there, it began to blossom into something more, and we both had prayed for spouses and significant others, and God answered double prayers because we found a partner in music and a partner in life. And so we decided to acquire our own equipment. Let's make our own studio. Instead of having to go to people that we know and use their equipment, let's get our own. So piece by piece, we got one thing after the next, build a computer from scratch, got different programs, and I don't know too much about all the technical stuff. But we eventually came to the point where we could do everything ourselves. So Chris, he makes the track and whatever that entails. And then we come together and we write. Sometimes I'll have something I wrote separately, he'll write something separately, and we come together and mash it and get it to mesh well. And then I'll sing my parts, and he'll may do some vocals as well. And then after that, my part is basically done, because he will edit and produce whatever it, I focus on singing and writing, and he makes it the product that it is. And so it's nice that we don't have to rely on anyone else but God, and that he has provided all the tools necessary to get the job done. And it's a blessing when you can do what you're called to do with your spouse, and that you enjoy each other's company, and that God is just all over it. And how we started was God, and how we've been is God, and what's coming next will be God.
Stay tuned to watch part 3.